Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Makona Man at YouTube with another airbrush review. Double action gravity feed Beauty 4 Plus by Airtex version 0.2mm fine liner with large capacity cup. Lesser known high-end Japanese manufactured and sold airbrush, mostly exported by Japanese hobby stores like HLJ and Hobby Seatch around the early 2010s. Today, the same and newer models can be found on Amazon and still in major chain and department stores in Japan. This is my first high-end airbrush for camouflage and finer work. It spooked me a bit that I couldn't get replacement parts and put it away as I learned the more Spa Max Heising route. Notable points: it's all packaged in a very fancy case with high density foam, a mix of light alloys and aluminium highly polished, with a unique spec and larger thread nozzle and differently tapered needle, and solvent resistant Teflon O-rings, and removable cup, which makes it very different to a Iwata Heising standard clone. It retailed at approximately 8,000 to 9,000 yen, or a little over $100, nowadays fetching closer to 300. The box includes an airbrush, wrench, instructions in Japanese, and a disassembly parts guide. About a good 10 to 15 years later, here is the review. If exploring any new airbrush, we immediately disassemble it to its individual components and lay it out, always taking care of the nozzle thread and the needle tip. The shank between the air valve and trigger is separate and needs to be pushed out from the bottom. Take care not to lose it. Lightly glazed with petroleum jelly. Normally a difficult challenge, but this one funnels in and is easy to insert. Continuing with the lubrication and assembly, the trigger sits in with a ball and slots with a secondary arm that supports it. The cutout component is neat, operating it is satisfying. The trigger assembly will also require full lubrication. It's a little larger than most and extrudes beyond the airbrush, making part of the body with deep threads. It goes together exactly the same as any other airbrush, with a sleeve, a spring and a needle pass-through shank, greasing up the inside of the sleeve and the outside of the shank, feeding it through with the spring in the middle. The entire assembly screws into the rear as such. 2/3 of the needle is glazed and gently passes through the needle guide, taking care not to apply force if catched or snagged on a misaligned part. The needle tip should extrude 2mm past the nozzle opening. 2 halves of the nozzle crown or protective tip threads together. I pull the needle back slightly before applying crown over the nozzle as a safety precaution, then pushing it back in, seating it. Thread on the needle nut, engaging the trigger to work with the needle. Thread on the air valve. The input is 1/8 inch and compatible with most airbrush hoses and compressors. The rear cover is assembled. The bolt going in is the needle draw valve, restricting paint flow. It covers sheaths over the rear assembly, making sure you guide it through with the needle. Then thread on. Afterwards you can adjust the needle stopper. You don't need this part, but it does protect needle impact if dropped. Finally, the paint cup with the friction click-in lid. Removable cups was revolutionary at the time, making cleaning and unclogging your airbrush a lot easier. You can choose the needle and cup size by the different version of the boxings of this airbrush. Concluding the assembly of the Beauty 4 Plus Airtex airbrush, which is relatively a lot easier and smoother to assemble than a Heising Iwata. Be testing this airbrush on a cheap compressor with an external water filter, spraying at a constant low pressure of 12 to 15 psi. Being mindful of ventilation and fumes, the medium we will be spraying is old mediocre lacquer hobby paint, thinned with budget automotive thinner at a watery viscosity, or easily measured by sloshing around in a clear container and observing the paint sticking to the side of the walls being transparent. Complete opaque too thick, completely running down the side too thin. It balances well in the hand and leans closer towards being light. The air and paint trigger is very smooth and springy. Responds well with medium amounts of control. As a fine liner, it fans out way too much and feels that they just added a 0.2mm needle nozzle to something that's general purpose or a wide spray pattern airbrush. It took quite a bit adjusting just to get a fine line, but nothing close to a penciled line. I'm also very mindful that this is very old and has been in my hands when I was more of an amateur to airbrushing. The gradients and shading is very smooth. Any amount of very fine grittiness or splattering would have been from previous needle damage. The airflow is absolutely fantastic and the crown does not suffer any dry tip. For base and top coating, this has very even and smooth coverage. Pretty amazing and really like it. Swapping to a part of an actual model kit, plastic is plastic and coverage is good. However, not my first choice for detailing. Yet in a pinch, it's just as good as any other general purpose airbrush. Cleaning and changing colours is very straightforward. Reclaim and dispose of paint. The cup is so large, cleaning it out with some tissue is very easy as I can fit my finger in it. Initial flush out with some very strong solvent like gun cleaner or paint stripper. Swab out the crown, withdraw the needle and wipe that down. A secondary flush of lacquer thinner. Absolutely spotless, with only clean thinner coming out the third time round. You will find with finer airbrushes that are machined to a higher tolerance and polished to a very high degree retain a lot less paint in the internals and insides. It's a nice luxury that makes cleaning a lot quicker and a wastage of a lot less cleaning products. This is a fantastic airbrush and I was advised well to buy it back then. And it still stands very strong today and very innovative for its time. The major issues is there is almost no information about this in the English speaking side of the web and it's gone fairly quiet and dead. The support website, email no longer functions, displayed on the box, and with a very unique needle nozzle combination, I fear support is no longer available and this is merely a relic from the past that's worth as a collector's item or just casually using if you happen to have one. Pending any word from viewers living or regularly visiting Japan and if the hobby stores, department stores still carry the airbrush needles and nozzles. Please comment down below if you know. I remember a long time ago, Harder and Steenbeck bought out Airtex, and looking at their basic and advanced airbrushes, they've adopted a lot of the rear end technology like the needle stopper, trigger and trigger assembly. The affordable and beginner ultra airbrush is worth checking out. I'm glad to finally get this video done. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay tuned for further content, and we've got a lot more reviews in the pipework. Be sure to check them out and catch you guys later.